Hello. Hello, welcome to the Flipside Art Stream. Hi everyone, how's it going? I'm here. And I'm ready to stream. So, let's begin. First things first, I gotta do my layout for a page. Gonna be drawing a page of the comic. It's gonna actually be Wednesday's page that we're working on right now. This is the 25th Patreon stream, doing these for 2 years. 2 years and 1 month. Crazy. 2 years of just drawing comics. Well, it's been a lot longer than that of drawing comics, but 2 years of drawing them on stream. Yeah. It's been a long time of drawing comics. It's been like almost 20 years now. Crazy. Almost 20 years. Well, yeah, I started book 0 in 1999, so if you count that, then I guess it has been 20 years. Just about. Well, anyway, I'm going to start laying out my page now. So I'm just marking and measuring where the panels will be. Let's see. How's my volume? Let me check my... Well, I'm sure it's probably fine. Hello? Hello? I'm sure you can hear me. But if you can't, let me know. If you can't hear what I'm saying, if you can't hear this question, let me know that you can't hear it. Yeah, but you probably can. Hopefully the music is not too loud. That is possible, but it should be okay. Got our retro game music playing. There's not 100% retro game music on here. It's not all 3rd and 4th generation music either, but a lot of retro music. Because that's just what's nice to listen to. But it's what I like to listen to. Terra Cresta. Well, that's the name of the game this song comes from. You know, I should probably have the song requests on stream, like the information. Well, at the very least, just the title of the song. You could probably get a thing to do that. That would be nice. I don't know how to do that though. I'm sure I could do research on it. I don't know. Maybe Nightbot has that functionality. But it will be. We already have the chat, stored on the video for posterity. It'd be nice to have the, the song information stored as well. I mean, although of course I'm gonna usually know what the songs are, and we're usually talking about them anyway. It's not super necessary, but it'd be cool though. It would be cool to have song titles. Maybe the person who requested it. Of course, this is from Might and Magic. Oh. What did I just drop? Oh well. Yeah, so we are today working on page number 52-60. So that's the 60th page of chapter 52. Actually, the last page of the chapter. Whoa! Last page. $52 chapters. It's a lot of chapters. That is a lot. Yep, and we're still going. Hey Brigands, what's up? Yep. How time flies? I know. Well, yeah, it feels like only 1 month ago there was another Patreon stream, and now already time does fly. How are you doing, Brigands? How's everything going? Oh. Final Fantasy Tactics. Addicted to Starbound for a couple of weeks. Oh, really? Yeah, I know that game. I've never played it, but I know it. I know some people like it a lot. Pleasantly full from pizza? Oh, that sounds good. I am full enough from a reasonable dinner of risotto and rapini, which was good. It was a good dinner. Not quite as like snack foodie fun as pizza, but it was still a good dinner. I was craving a pizza earlier today. I was thinking about just eating a frozen pizza, but I decided not to. Just trying to control myself. What kind of pizza did you have? You lost weight despite now going out and walking. You're surprised that you lost weight despite going out and walking. Well, why would that be despite that? Wouldn't you expect that going out and walking would help? Or did you say not? Oh, not. Okay. Right. I should have realized that sooner. Well, right. Well, you know, sometimes weight loss is not like 1-to-1 with your activity. Like, it almost seems like there's a delay. Yeah, sometimes I would, when I started weighing myself every day, I would notice that too. That like sometimes I would inexplicably lose weight for no reason, even when like I thought I had like clearly pigged out on gross food and didn't do anything. And then, you know, sometimes I thought I was good and I would gain weight, and it almost seems like there's like a delay, or I think that welcome to the stream of the giant hand. This giant hand waves hello to you, Skittles. Boy, this is awkward. Oh, maybe if I... Hello, Skittles. I am the giant hand. I'm going to draw. Oh, wait, what did you say about me, Skittles? What did you say about me? I'll stab you. Don't insult the giant hand. Or I'll make a fist and I'll punch you. Also depend on your bowel status. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Not to actually enjoy the food. Yeah, that is the weird thing. Yeah, it's almost like the addictive part of food, you know? Like, are you really enjoying the things that you're eating that just because, like, you're craving it? Craving's not the same thing as, like, enjoying. You get the bottom tier pizza. Well, I guess you may as well. Well, pizza's still one of my guilty pleasures because I'm a big fan of hot sauce now. So it's such a good vehicle for hot sauce that I have to have pizza once in a while. It's like the worst thing you can eat, but pretty much for health. But it sure tastes good. I still like it. Yeah, the Cholula, exactly. Or the Valentina. Well, I used to use the Valentina for the pizza, but now I just use the Cholula chili garlic. No, what was it? Yeah, chili garlic on everything because it's just too good. And I also tried the Chipotle Cholula, and I tried the chili lime. A chili lime I thought was pretty good with beans and rice, and also really good for tacos. I think Yucateco, but it's all fire no taste. Yeah, the Yucateco is not as good. Yeah, those Cholula flavors are the best. Hey, how's it going, Skittles? I don't know if I said hello to you in a serious way. Shit, what am I even drawing? Okay. But hello, Skittles. How's it going? I need to adjust my heads. Alright, chili lime. Yeah, the chili lime, chili lime I like, but the lime is a bit strong. The chili garlic is my favorite. The hand did say hello. That's true. Did that frighten you? Now the mouth is saying hello. Just don't make me say hello to you with my feet, because that'd be awkward. You like lime, anything and everything. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I do too, but sometimes I think a little bit of lime goes a long way. So I'm not like... Ooh. Who put this in? Was it me? Oh yeah, that's me. Mushi. I haven't even played this game. Mushihime-sama Futari. But it's a famous bullet hell game. It says a really cool soundtrack. Cholula Chipotle is good for red meat. Sweet habanero is good. Yeah, I guess I tried some of the sweet. The sweet habanero is good, but for chicken, yeah, I haven't really tried. It probably would be good for things like that. Chipotle would be good for red meat. That might be, like, I guess, you know, next time I have steak, you could try that maybe. Red meat. That does sound pretty good. Soul Feast. Oh. That's a shooter, right? That sounds familiar. Did you ever play the Mushihime-sama game? Yeah, Mushihime-sama or Mushihime-sama Futari games. But again, you like shoot 'em ups. It's one of those fancy cave games. Ape Escape music. I never played Ape Escape. So if Ape Escape sounds like this, then maybe I have to play some Ape Escape. You got on Steam, you haven't played it? Yeah, me too, exactly. Same with me. I still have a bunch of Steam games that I haven't got around to playing. I got so many games I need to play. Speaking of games I need to play, we need to talk about the new thing. Skittles, you would not have seen it. I guess Brigham, you might have seen it because I posted the Discord. But I'll probably need to post this again later. But here, check this out. Hopefully you can visit it through this. If this link doesn't work, just tell me. But take a look at this. This is my new spreadsheet for... Sorry, I don't have a tiny URL for it yet. For the new thing that I'm going to be doing for games. Sub requests. Deep Escape is very fun. New control. This is both analogs with control. You know, I think I was thinking of Abe's World Odyssey. Now that I think about it, I definitely have heard of Abe's Escape, but I don't know if I have any idea what it is. I might have never seen it. Soldier Blade? Well, so listen, Brigham, in case you weren't here when I explained this is something we've been talking about the last couple streams. You can still do that. I mean, that will still work. I will still take bribes. But I'm also going to be doing a thing where I'm going to be trying to reward the subscribers with, some free requests. So every subscriber, it's going to be a similar thing to what McCarronice is doing. He does a thing where, like, if you subscribe for a year, you get to pick one game for him to play. So I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm gonna you get 1 hour of game request for every month you're subscribed. So 1 year would be, so you don't actually have to have a year. You can have just 1 month, but the more time you are subscribed, the more time you get to request a game. And it doesn't have to be all one game. It can be multiple games. So it's time based. It can be one long game or it can be multiple games. But every subscriber will get their own requests. I'll wait till next month so you can play my your game for 24 hours straight. Are you going to insist on it being a 24-hour stream? Alright, Flip. You need to play my game 24 hours straight, and you are not allowed to sleep or use the bathroom. I'm subscriber number 1, so you better accept my request. Yeah, so, you know, if there's something you really want me to play, yeah, so that's for subscribers. But, yeah, if you want to bribe me to play a game, you can still do that too. Like, we're not gonna, like... But that's... I don't know. We'll have to... I'll still probably have to... You know, we'll have to work out whatever it is. Like, you'll have to tell me what it is, and I'll have to quote you a bid price, probably. It may or may not correlate to the subscriber price. Because, you know, some games want to play more than others. And the subscriber thing will have limitations. There may be some games I will not play or cannot play on stream. I'll tell you right now, no MOBAs will be allowed. So don't even think about, you know, getting your MOBAs in here. Not allowed. You know, I like this expression generally, but I don't think I have to redraw it. It's not right for this. It's not exactly the right expression here. 1 Hour Pit Fighter is so bad. The music is so bad, cracks you up. Yeah, see, there you go. You could do that as an example. That would be fine. 1 Hour Pit Fighter. I probably would encourage you to pick games I haven't played on stream, but it doesn't have to be. Limitations, like everyone else, they lure you into the promise of fun and start changing the rules. Skittles, some limitations apply. I saw a video of someone beating it in 7 minutes, so it was tempting to try it again. Well, I mean, I could try to beat it. Pit Fighter. Are you into Pit Fighter now, Brigands? Like, it's such a terrible game that makes you want to play it more. It's such a terrible game. The music is so... I know the music is so bad it's funny. Like, something about that game is kind of alluring. It's almost comically bad. Dragon Crystal. Oh, this is very happy music. Guilty pleasure, sure. I know what you mean, though. I watched videos of people beating it for 7 minutes. Hey, I didn't say that. Brigand said it. I was just reading what he said. That's cheating, Skittles. That's not a quote. I've been taken out of context. If you were a newspaper journalist, I would question your ethics. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch a video of somebody beating it for 7 minutes. But I'm just saying I didn't say that. But of course, I mean, you know, YouTube, you can't watch... We're talking about Pit Fighter. We're not talking about anything dirty. Wait a second, what am I saying? Beating Pit Fighter for 7 minutes is very dirty. Like, that's worse than anything you could possibly do. 2019 journalism? Yeah, that's true. However bad you think it is, it's worse. Good point. There we go. This music is so funny to me. I like to listen to it. Especially when combined with the game, it's hilarious about this. Yeah. Once this instrument comes in right here, this is when it starts to get kind of like it goes from being funny to just ugh. Okay, I'm done with the song now. This is actually starting to get actually bad. Though I do kind of like this part right here, I guess. Maybe not. Yeah, you can use the sub request to request bad games. I won't aside from like certain modern games like MOBAs, I won't deny requests because of bad games. Bad games are fine. The worst games ever, it's fine. You can request Frontline or SWAT or whatever. Hey, Mr. Leo, how's it going? How are you doing? I was just talking about the new sub requests feature. I made a Google Doc now, which basically is just a chart of, it's nothing exciting, it's just a chart of all the subscribers I currently have. You can't, you know what's funny is you can't actually, on Twitch, you can't look and see how many subscribers you have. It doesn't say that anywhere. You have to go to like a thing and then you have to have it emailed to you. But anyway, so that was weird. But yeah, I was able to make a list. But not really. It's not linked yet. I have to post the link in the chat. I need to get like a tiny URL. I need to like make a section for it on the bottom. I need to actually also redo like the whole bottom of the stream list. I need to like put nicer stuff there. Like, I've been neglecting it. Like, you know, I need to have like nice labels for the, you know, for all for the headers and stuff. I gotta make like graphics and stuff. Anyway, Leonard. There's an awful, yeah, the awful twangy guitar. Once the twangy guitar comes in, yeah, I like the bass line and percussion. The music in the Genesis release is just awful because they don't know how to properly use the hardware. We wouldn't exactly call this good either, but oh, Brigand just posted it too. Yeah. Yeah, you and Skittles are both. You guys have got a large amount of months, so you guys have you are the whales here as far as having months to spend. You guys both have 23. Oh, you know what? I actually cool. I saw you playing this, Brigand. This music is cool. I actually I think I took a song. Was it this one? I took a song from this game and I put it on my playlist. It wasn't this one, I don't think, but it was one of them. But yeah, this game seems cool. I like to play this game sometime. Oh no, it was this. It was exactly this song. It was exactly this song. Yeah, this song's awesome. This is a game called Scourge Hive. It's a terrible name, but it's a Game Boy Advance game, right? It's kind of like an isometric Metroid. It looks super cool. And I've heard about it before. Yeah, you're my cash cows. And now you're the big whales. And now you get more than just bragging rights. You get game requests. So that's, you know, that's not bad. Oh, yeah, Game Boy Advance released for DS. Oh, it was re-released. I didn't realize that either. Dude, this song is really good though. Mr. Whale and Whalebrow. Yeah, exactly. Whalebrow. Retronauts, they interviewed the guy behind Scourge Hive. Oh, really? Oh, is Retronauts still going? Yeah, I haven't listened to that in a long time, Retronauts. Is this still going? Is Jeremy Parrish still on it? Man. I don't know what happened. Did I stop? I don't even know if I still get that on my iPhone. I should check. Huh. I should go back and check. Is this still good, do you think? Should I be still listening to it? So until the dev had made 3 games and had to fold. That could be true. It's better than it's ever been? Really? Wow. Wow, that's to me that seems like high praise. Wow, you think so, huh? I don't know, those old Retronauts episodes, I really liked the gang of people that they had on. And then when they brought it back, I felt like, well, this was when they first brought it back after the first time they did the Kickstarter. I thought that it wasn't quite up to the same standards. They're not part of 1UP anymore, so they have no bosses. Funded by Patreon, so they can do whatever they want. Well, that's true. But, you mean, like, yeah, who's on it now? Like, who do they have as, like, regulars? Do they still do that thing where they kind of, like, switch between people a lot? Like, do they have Parrish and Mackie? Yeah, I like Parrish. I like Parrish a lot. He's kind of my favorite. And Mackie's okay. Plus 3 per second every. Okay, alright. I see. Yeah, I should try to, like, catch up with that. It's been a while. I did, like, when they were brought back after the Patreon, was it the wait, well, I guess, was it a Patreon or a Kickstarter? I think it was a Kickstarter. I listened for a while, but then I think that was, the last time I listened to it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. He's made some really good interviews with Japanese devs. Oh, that does sound good. You should catch up with that. Vapor Trail. Well, there's some Genesis music. Another song from a game I haven't played. So, yeah, I'm thinking of doing the, so, some request streams pretty soon, since we have some people. Yeah, I want to get this project started. Well, not even project, but like, this new feature. Feature's a good word for it. I'd like to get it started, so... Yeah, do you guys have any requests in mind? Like... I mean, you two would be the big ones. I was also thinking, like, if we had a lot of people... We only have, like, 7 or 8 people right now, and not all of them are, like, here all the time. So this is probably not necessary, but if we had more... If we started to get, like, more people, I was thinking we could maybe even, like, do raffles. To, like, see who would have their game played today, you know, that kind of thing. Because, you know, like, once we start to get more people, it could get unruly. It'd be like, well, why aren't you playing my game? No, play my... Why are you going to do Tam's game next? You know. But we probably don't need that yet. It can be more informal. Well, there's no need to rush into it, but do you got any ideas? I mean, think about it. Basically, the first person who, like, has one that they decide on is going to have their game played, so... The game I can emulate for free if I want to pick a game you have to buy. Yeah. Well, this is up to you. Right. Yeah, I mean, it can be a modern game so long as you're willing to pay for it for me. And so long as my computer can run it. So I wouldn't go picking anything that has, like, as far as like a modern game, I wouldn't go picking anything modern for the PC, but indie games are probably fine. Well, I mean, yeah, indie games. And stuff that's older, I guess. If I can emulate it with, like, DOSBox. Older PC games are probably okay for the most part. We'd have to test it first, though. Anything modern would be an indie game. Right. Here's my tape. get some tape. I'll be right back. Enjoy this Gradius 2 music. Give it some thought. Alright. Well, give it some thought. Because, you know, we might do some requests tomorrow if there's anyone who can think of one that they want to do. If not, we can just do more Fliptendo. Or maybe, you know, there are some. Maybe I should actually like try to catch up with my Steam games sometime in the near future. And there's other games I want to catch up with eventually. Oh man, we never did finish Nioh. I want to go back and finish Nioh. Oh, we gotta go back and play Sekiro more too. I forgot because there were some bosses we didn't kill. And I might want to go back through the game again and like kill some of the bosses I missed. I don't know if I would go through. Well, I could go. I don't know if I would go through the game on stream, but maybe I would go through it again. And would it be a Steam game? You could just gift. That's true. You could just gift it to me if it were on Steam. Yeah, that's true. That would probably be more direct. Rad Racer like Super Famicom game today. The Planet's Champ TG3000. Oh. Planet's Champ. Is it any good? Does it have good music? Yeah, what a name. The Planet's Champ TG3000. Man, I want to be the Planet's Champ. Don't judge him, he's the champ. But you know, when you're the champ, you get judged by everyone. That's just part of being the champ skills. You just gotta learn to live with it. Oh, I love this song. I love this song. Super Valis 4. What a good. This right here, Super Valis 4, one of the first games I streamed. Not the first, but if you go back and look my Twitch, it's one of the first games I streamed and like beat on stream. You should go back and watch the video sometime and laugh at how I look. USS Top Gear 3000. Oh, really? It's a Top Gear game. Okay. I do like the first Top Gear's game's soundtrack. I love that soundtrack. And I did play it. I rented it when I was a kid for a little while, but I haven't played it in a long time. I want to go back and play that game again. Top Gear. But that was a whole series. Top Gear 3000, was that originally a Top Gear game, or did they just make it a part of the Top Gear series? Let me look at my page from yesterday to make sure I didn't... Oh, I guess that's it right there. On the floor. Okay, yeah, it looks alright. You need to... Sometimes you need to check out something which I sort of call Base continuity. Base continuity. Or continuity. Yeah, that's the word. You gotta make sure that the faces, the position of heads and faces and expressions flow into each other properly. Or else it looks weird. Man, this song is so good. Have you played any of the Top Gear games, Skittles? Skittles, how many of your Super Famicom games have you actually played? You got all these Super Famicom games, and you're not streaming yourself playing them. It's a shame, you know. You're gonna have to start streaming again. There's just no way out of it. You're just gonna have to drag out your ALF layout and your alpha modes and. Started a new manga series called The Promised Neverland. Yeah, I've seen it. I haven't actually read it, but I've seen that it's popular and looks interesting. I just haven't really just haven't gotten around to like getting into any new manga series lately. But oh yeah, you know what? That's the one with like a bunch of kids and they're like stuck in a place. And something's fucked up is going on, and they gotta like try to escape, right? Right. Yes, I know that one. I haven't actually read it, but I'm aware of it. I love this song too, from Persona 1. Go. I used to think that he was singing about food because it sounds like tomato hamburger, but it's not. He's not singing about food. He's singing about. It's funny, the song is actually about what what items cure what status effects. It's a helpful tutorial. This is actually a tutorial song that plays inside the pharmacy in Persona 1. It tutorializes you on what items do which items cure what status effects. But I never knew that as a kid. I thought he was singing about food, like tomato hamburger. That sounds good, but it's just a funny song about food that's playing in the pharmacy. Oh, another Super Valis 4 song. I'm okay with that. As part of verifying they would work on you, you played all of them for at least some period of time. So you played all of them, but you did, like just a little bit. Playing Battle Zekuden as we speak. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. How is it? Not a bad beat 'em up? So, you must have some favorites. Nice graphics, gameplay's generic. Yeah, you know that's probably true for a lot of beat 'em ups. I mean, beat 'em ups tend to all have kind of a repetitive gameplay problem. Like, I feel like you mainly play them just for the graphics, just to enjoy the graphics and the music. A lot of times. I think I'm more partial to platformers myself than beat 'em ups. I still like beat 'em ups, but I don't know. Just find them not as interesting. Well, not quite. Yeah, platformers are probably my favorite genre, the one I find easiest to get into. Shoot 'em ups are really good. Not my favorite, but like a good. I mean, I like all the genres. I like all of the retro genres for the most part, so other than sports games and Koei strategy games. Although I've never really given those a chance. At some point in Fliptendo, we're gonna get to some Koei strategy games. Am I saying that right? Koei? K-O-E-I, so it should be Koei. Koei. But you could just be like Koei. That's probably fine. You've never actually tried to play one of those. Ooh, this Freedom Planet song. Actually, I have this game in my Steam folder. Never tried it. Looks like a Sonic clone. That's nice music though. So I kind of wanted to give it a try. At some point, you know. I appreciate games with good music. How many of you guys are playing video games while you watch this right now, besides Skittles? I like to know what games other people are playing. Final Fantasy X? Ah, I see. At the second Seymour fight. Oh. Which one was the second one? It's been a while. I mean, you've played the game before, right? You're not playing through it for the first time, so I don't have to worry about spoiling anything, right? The end of a long hallway? That still doesn't... It still doesn't super help my brain. You played a few times? Okay. Well, I was gonna say it's not like the final fight, is it? See, if this is your first time playing, that would be a spoiler. That's why I did. He's all gray. It's like it's not the final fight against him where it has the special Nobuo Uematsu like battle song, which is like the best battle music in the game. Right. You know which fight he means? Oh, I don't. I don't remember. I only remember the final one. My memory's a little fuzzy. I played through the game twice, but both of those playthroughs were a long time ago. And that's the fourth fight. Wow, there's 4 fights against him? Wow. I didn't even remember that. The snow one is the third fight. Yeah, I don't remember. Man. Maybe I should play the re-release, you know, what do you call it? High definition re-release of the game. I mean, I like Final Fantasy X. It's just, you know, it takes a long time, and I've got so many other games to play. I would probably not do that. I have too many other games to play. There's no one to give up. I am the major antagonist of this game, damn it. Yeah, I know. That's true. Plus he's trying to bang your girl. Yeah, that's not cool, Seymour. His expression is not quite right. Probably your favorite Final Fantasy character. Wow, that's strong for Yuna to be the favorite. She's not even my... I mean, I like Yuna, but she's not even my favorite Final Fantasy X character. But I mean, she's a cool character. She's up there for you too. She's a cool character. some people don't like her. I don't know. I don't really understand why some people don't like her for some reason. I always thought that she was like very well acted, and her character is pretty well defined, and she even has like some character growth. So I always thought that she was a pretty good character, and she's one of the better of the like heroine characters. She's kind of like she's like a little bit like Rinoa, but with more personality. She does have a good arc. So I never really understood why people didn't like her. Jinx. But, you know, I think I probably like Riku a little bit more. Even though I don't know if she has as good an arc. Or I just find her more likable. You owe me a Coke. Are you sure you're not a Dr. You owed him a Coke, but you gave him a Dr. Pepper. You settled for a Dr. Pepper. Too bad we don't have a Coke Zero emote here. Did he make that emote himself? I should make a Coke Zero emote to like counter his Dr. Pepper emote. Then we can have a soda war. I mean, not that I don't like Dr. Pepper, I just don't really drink it anymore. I used to love Dr. Pepper. I appreciate the Dr. Pepper. Yeah, we need a hot sauce emote. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Cholula emote? I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, you can find uses for that. Anytime anything like spicy quote happens in the game, you can be like, oh, that's spicy. Hot sauce emote. You know, you can find uses for that. Dr. Pepper's like Coke with even more sugar that he'll scored. Yeah, Dr. Pepper is like Coke with like some sort of weird, not quite fruit flavoring. Like it's a little reminiscent of like cherry, but it's not cherry. It's like some sort of like sweet prune or something. I don't know what it is exactly. I think it might be prune juice, but just with like a ton of sugar, so that you don't realize it's prune juice. Or am I wrong? Was that just a rumor? What is the flavor of Dr. Pepper? They would say that was so extra. Yeah, I've heard that. And as a matter of fact, Jennifer's even... Did you guys... I showed it off last stream, I think, didn't I? She's making a shirt that has extra AF. It's very, very millennial. But, you know, millennials will probably buy it. It's got a unicorn and it's extra AF. Yeah, I guess that's a thing that they say. You know, I'm not a big fan of AF, but extra, yeah, there's worse. I'm not a big fan of millennial language, but there's worse words. I could see that's not so bad. The spice of pepper, but it tastes like medicine. That must be why. The spice of a pepper, like a bell pepper. What if there was a bell pepper soda? I'm a big fan of language in general. Beep. Yeah, language sucks. I mean, I like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of internet-y language. You know what I mean? Find it really annoying when people like say literally. Not even just like they're saying it wrong. I mean, everybody says it wrong now, but you know, just how when it gets used every other sentence, just as like a synonym for actually. It seems like there's a lack of creativity in the language, but it's not important, I guess. They literally say literally all the time. That's not... and that is not proper usage, Skittles. I'm going to have to take away your literally card. That's proper millennial usage. Where they just say literally to mean actually. Like, nobody says the word actually anymore. Now you say literally instead. let Bay fall to the like he's never liked Bay.
Bay, yeah, Bay never really bothered me.
But I never really heard it that much, that's probably why. Bay. Yeah, Bay never really bothered me too much. People also use the term game changer way too much, so something great.
Yeah, I'm alright with game changer too. But yeah, if it's anything that's overused gets annoying. But yeah, that doesn't really. Game changer doesn't really bother me. There was even a movie called Game Changer that was pretty good a while back. What I mean, things that I don't like is words that are just like overused. Epic and Uber. Well, Uber. When I hear Uber, that just makes me think of the rideshare service. But I'm not quite sure. I've heard people say that a lot, but Epic, yeah, Epic's a little annoying. Hella. Oh yeah, I never liked Hella. Yeah, that's no good. I dislike Literally because it just it sort of replaced. What I don't like about Literally now is just how it kills other adjectives. Like people don't. It just kind of makes people lazy about. Like everything is just literally. Like it kind of just makes sentences more boring. What else do I not like? Me, AF. I'm not a big. It literally kills other adjectives. Yeah, it literally takes a knife, like and it kills them. Like the adjectives they die. Like I don't like AF because first of all, like stuff like that I think is like why are you shortening as fuck? And then why is everything as why is like there used to be more creative ways of like throwing a swearing like I don't know, it seems anti creativity, like what about as shit or as nobody ever says that anymore. Like, why is there abbreviation for like a particular swear? Like just seems dumb, Shorten as fuck to AF to avoid being modded. I guess that was the original reason, but now it's just like a thing people say but they don't really even think about. Yeah, but I guess if you think about it, all language is just essentially people hearing the way other people talk and thinking, oh, that sounds cool. I'm going to say that way too. I'm going to talk that way too. I like the way that sounds. Yeah. I can't get too uptight about it, I guess. Still. People that use those particular words a lot, I have a hard time being around. I'm trying to think of anything else that annoys me a lot. Dude, literally an Uber hella game changer, Epic AF. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Gills. I can't think of anything else. My drawing a Maytag snowman. These are dialogue balloons, but yes, she's actually a snowman in this panel. Yeah, this is the chapter that's about how she turns into a snowman. It's the big twist. So, nights into dreams. Ninja is an adjective for his buddies. Yeah, where's my ninja? My ninja got my back. That's pretty. I like that. I like that. Ninja is an adjective. Yeah, that's pretty cool. My ninja got my back. Yo, there's my ninja. What about using it as a verb for like, I don't know, being sneaky? Or maybe even just like stealing. Like, he ninja'd. He just ninja'd that that pack of gum from the store. It was a crime. Neck attaches to them. Yeah, exactly. Well, there is a little... Okay, yes. She's a snowman. I mean, is it wrong for Maytag to be a snowman? What's wrong with that? You know what, Skittles? You might even say her neck literally attaches to them. You ninja'd that last bottle of Yoo-Hoo. There you go. Did you just ninja the last... See, like our grandma, for example, would say that I ninja'd the last piece of pie out of the fridge. She'd be like, how dare you, damn ninja! You just flipped that Snickers bar? Yeah, make my name into an adjective. You just flipped. You just flipped that Snicker bar. I want to be an adjective. Why can't I be an adjective? I don't know about this expression, though. I don't know about this one up here, either. It doesn't have a personality. Well, you can't see what I'm doing right now, but just don't worry about it. Oh, I forgot a dialogue balloon up here. Whoops. Okay. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I do want to be an adjective. Do you have a problem with that, Skittles? Let's see. Flip it. Man, you just... Okay, let's see. From now on, flip will mean... it'll mean not being able to make a decision about what video game to play. Come on, hurry up and make a decision about what game you stop flipping around. Man, you gotta stop. Man, you really... Did you see Late Night Retro today? You really flipped a lot. Flip-flopped. I don't want to overexcite you, but there was a major unexpected cameo in Game of Thrones. Alright, tell me about... Oh, did anybody here care about spoilers? We're gonna spoil Game of Thrones now? I want to know what the cameo was. Alright, guys. Spoilers for Game of Thrones. Turn away from your chat for a second. Alright, who was it? I want to know who the spoiler was. Unexpected cameo. Oh, let me guess. Bill Murray? Was it Bill Murray? Or Dan Aykroyd? Or Ernie Hudson? Am I getting close? I'm going to go with... Oh, John Madden. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. Spoilers. Alright, let me look it up. It was... Who am I looking at? I don't know who that is. Is it the dude or the lady? The lady, isn't she already on the show? Is it that dude? Is that... The Cup? Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that in the news. Is this loud, by the way? I'll turn it down. It probably is. That's real. Yeah, no, I know. I heard about that in the news. Yeah, they issued an apology because they accidentally left the Starbucks cup on the shot. Wow, that's some real attention to detail. Game of Thrones. They really put a lot of love and care into every shot. No detail goes unnoticed. What a show. It's literally everywhere. No one, I guess nobody knows. They were in a hurry. That is... Whose cup do you think that was? They probably got in trouble. Yeah, it's an Easter egg. Exactly. It's an Easter egg. So, like, that's not a contradiction. See, like, the big twist at the end of Game of Thrones is going to be that Starbucks was behind everything all along. There's an evil Starbucks corporation, and they existed in the Middle Ages, and they're the ones, like, they've been making, like, dragons appear, and they're the cause of all war. fun if in the background of the table something, but it's literally in front of the character we're supposed to be looking at. It sure literally is. Sure literally is. Huh. Ooh, Deadly Premonition music. I think I should probably zoom out a little bit. Hold on a second. Okay. Did the camera get crooked? Okay, that's better. Years ago, we could see Stannis with the phone charger in his pocket. Oh, nice. I don't know who Stannis is, but nice. Yeah, you gotta enjoy. I mean, you know, these things are not. These things happen. You gotta love it when they leave the goofs in. Stannis is the Manus. Yeah, I bet he is. Like, let's see. There's a bunch of them. Like, remember in Back to the Future 3, at the end of the movie when the kids that are standing there, Doc Brown's kids, are doing some sort of weird stuff with their hands and nobody noticed. Or, man, what are some of the other ones? There's some good ones. The kid had to pee. Oh, that's what it was. He had to pee. That's right. Yep. Yeah, sure does look weird in the actual, finished version, though. What are some of the other famous mistakes that happens? That's the only one I can remember. My memory doesn't work so good. I mean, it's always funny when, like, they leave the boom mic in the shot and stuff like that. That happens even, like, in major movies sometimes. So, Skills is playing his new Super Nintendo game, and Mr. Leo is playing Final Fantasy X. Working on the 10. Yeah, 10 was a pretty good... I enjoyed 10 a lot. Right now, I'm, like, behind the scenes, not on stream. The game I'm playing is... I'm still working on Soul Hackers. That's my off-stream game. But I'm getting very close to the end. It's taken a long time. I'm getting very close to the end. The game is very nice for a Mega 10 person like me. This is the first time you played 10 HD. Oh, okay. Just the extra tough bosses. Oh, yeah. The ones that they added for, like, the international version of Final Fantasy X. I'd never done those. I never had that version. I only had the original version. So I know about them. I've, like, read about them. you might have to grind a lot to beat them. Yeah, no, actually, so Mr. Leo, one thing I did, I played through after I played through Final Fantasy X the first time. I replayed through it again, and I remember I used like a cheat code to get like all the sphere grids maxed out, so that I could do the extra bosses. Like there's all these like extra bosses you could do, and I didn't. And the thing is, I think you have to max the sphere grid out on all your characters. Maybe not all your characters, at least 3, to be able to fight them. Or at least the toughest one was like Nemesis. This is content that was in the original game. This is not even the new content. Like there was a extra special boss called Nemesis that you could fight, and you pretty much needed to max out your sphere grid to have a chance. And I didn't even bother to try to do it legit. I just used a Game Genie code, and I did beat him. You know, but it was fun. It was fun to just... I remember it taking a long time to go around all those sphere grids, getting every little thing. Some of the Final Fantasies I've never like beaten the extra bosses, and some I have. The crazy boss in 99 Final Fantasy 9, Ozma. Yeah, that's one. I've never beaten that one. I've never tried it really. I mean, I think I looked at it, but I only played. Yeah, that's like a big sphere. Yeah, not hard to do if you do all the chocobo stuff because it forces it to not be out of range. I did do in 7. I did Ruby and Emerald Weapon. I beat both of those guys the legit way. And what was in Final Fantasy 8? I don't remember what this. I don't remember what. I remember there was like some weird extra content in 8, and I did like. I think I did all of it. But 9, by the time 9 came around, I didn't feel like doing that anymore. I only played through it once as well. In 10, I did do a lot of the content, but like I used a Game Genie code for the sphere grid. I don't know how long it takes to actually grind that grid to like be full. It feels like it probably would take a long time, but there's probably methods to do it faster. And then Final Fantasy 12, I didn't do any of the extra bosses in there. 13, I don't even remember if there was extra bosses in 13. Oh no, yeah, that's right. I did actually. Like there was a bunch of like endgame stuff in the Calm Plains or whatever. That place towards the end. I think I did all of it. I don't know if I got every single boss. I did a lot. I did a lot of the extra content in 13 for some reason. Because it was pretty fun. In 15 I didn't. 15 I beat the game and I quit. I didn't really do any of the extra content. I liked the game, but I don't know. Maybe like I liked the game, but I don't know why I didn't. Like it probably would be pretty fun because I did like the combat system. The chocobo stuff forces you to not be out of range. What was the chocobo stuff in? Oh, like what was the chocobo stuff in? Did they have like chocobo hot and cold? I remember. I think that's where they first came up with that game, and then they brought that back for Final Fantasy 11. And I played that a lot in Final Fantasy 11. Right, I remember that was pretty. I liked that game. A lot of 15 content too. You're just trying to find something in the game you liked. I liked that stuff. I liked all the extra content in that game. I liked the combat system. I thought it was pretty interesting. So I did it because I liked all that stuff. The Chocobo Heaven area and doing so makes the Ozma fight easier. Yeah, I never did that. I don't know why. I just never did the extra content in 9. I like 9, but for some reason, yeah, I remember I've only played through it the one time, and I liked 9, but I felt a little underwhelmed compared to 8 and 7. Which is why to this, and I've only played through it the one time. That's why to this day, it's it's a little bit. To me, it's a little bit overrated. Just a little bit. Some people love it, but it just never quite made the same impression on me and some other people. But I still liked it. I just, I don't know. My camera keeps tilting by itself. Or maybe I'm just like, I'm vibrating the table. But I should probably go back and play 9 again sometime, eventually, because I've only played through it the one time. And I don't know, maybe I just didn't give it a... Maybe it's better than I remember. Maybe I would like it better now. I don't know. But I really liked both 7 and 8, like a ton. Really, really liked them both. And it was just... I think it was just hard for 9 to live up to that hype. But you know, ever since like 10 was really good, and 11 is like my favorite MMO, and 12 was still really good, but there was just a very slight decline. But I think I guess to some people it's like a huge drop off, but to me it's very slight. So what I mean is, like, I was extremely excited about every Final Fantasy game from 4. Well, I loved 1 as a kid. I loved it. I loved 4. Like, 4 was a huge deal. I remember playing it when it was new. I had a Super Nintendo, like, on the at launch, or pretty near launch. Like, was really into the Super Nintendo, and you know, Final Fantasy 4 came out. That was early in the lifespan. It was a huge deal. It was like an amazing game. Like, everybody loved it. It was incredible, and so you know, I loved that game. Since then, every Final Fantasy game was a huge deal, up until I think 9. But then I guess 10 was as well, but after that, I don't know, it wasn't quite as huge a deal. It was still a big deal, but it didn't feel like as big a deal after 9. Yeah, man, Street Fighter 2 was a huge deal that was like one of the most, and I think that's one of the most excited I've ever been for a game in my life. Like, I was so excited to play Street Fighter 2 at home. And, you know, I got it, and then, you know, me and my friend, Kevin, was his name, we played it so much, it was ridiculous. We had quite a rivalry. It's probably fortunate that we were both, like, very similar in skill level. It made the rivalry more, you know, better. But, yeah, wow, Street Fighter 2. It was such a big deal. Such a big deal when that came out. But, yeah, Final Fantasy X. Good luck with that extra content, Mr. Leo. What was it? I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, doing Nemesis, which was the original optional boss in 10, was like really hard. And then the stuff that they added was like they added like what was it? They had like a bunch of Dark Aeons or something. That stuff must be ridiculous. Dark Aeons. That stuff's got to be ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe the international version gives you more powers as well, but I bet that stuff is really hard. If it's like harder than the Nemesis fight, the monsters you make at the Monster Arena. Right, that Monster Arena. Yeah, that was the thing. Someone which requires to exploit the battle mechanics to win, i.e. Riku's mix ability to do 99. Yeah, exactly. You have to do, like, it's to the point where you have to do stuff like crazy stuff like that. Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you have to get a bit, like, you have to get really crazy to beat some of those things, I would think. But, I'm sure there's guides explaining how to do it. I was really, really into the first Persona game. The first Persona game, when it came to America, there was an optional full storyline in the game, like a full storyline with its own dungeons called the Snow Queen Quest, and they took it out of the American release. But I played it anyway. Eventually there was a Game Genie code to unlock it. And it's like super hard. It's a super hard optional. Well, it's like an optional entire second playthrough of the game. Like, it has its own dungeons, but the dungeons all are very long and difficult and have no save points. So they're difficult to do by themselves. But then on top of that, if you really are crazy, you can do a thing called a full Ambrosia run, which requires you to do the dungeons in reverse order. So you have to do the hardest dungeon first, which means that you'll have to enter it. There's no way around it. You have to enter it very underleveled. And I did that. I mean, it was really hard, but if there was like strategy guides for it. Of course I looked at a guide. I was like, oh, I want to do this. And there's all these things you have to do to prepare for it, and all these, and even if you do everything right, like, it was still easy to screw up. But I did do it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Sometimes it's fun to do these crazy challenges. But I mean, trying to, like, it's fun to do them, but doing them without a strategy guide would be like a whole different thing, though. I mean, somebody had to make the guide. Somebody had to make the guide in the first place. Somebody had to play through, at some point. Of course, when I play through games, I prefer to play through without using a guide, and it's more fun to play through blind. But if you're doing some insane challenge, it can be very tempting to just look at a guide for it if you just want to simply just have done it. And realistically, you might just have to. It could be like trying to beat Athena without a guide. It's something that just can't be done. Although somebody at some point must have done it. This is delightful music. Thanks, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Very cheerful. I think this is my favorite music from Breath of the Wild, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I'm not happy with how I'm drawing this right now. Hold on a second. Yeah, I also remember Final Fantasy X had, like, in addition to that, like, maxing the sphere grid and doing those optional bosses, there was also, like, the ultimate weapons, and didn't they require you to do, like, insane things to get them? Like, you get to, in Lulu's, to get Lulu's, you had to, like, dodge lightning 200 times, stuff like that. And Titus, you had to do, like, some race in a certain time, a chocobo race. very, very difficult. Lightning dodging never did that. I think I tried. I can't remember if I think I did most of those. Maybe they were very hard. Some of them were very crazy. Walkers are probably doing Blitzball, which meant you never did that. I did try to get into the Blitzball. I did, but like the Blitzball, like I did some of it, and then later on, I never realized, but then later on I found out like how crazy like the Blitzball could get, because like you could do a lot of it, and you could like level up all your teammates to like level 99 and stuff like that, and it could get very, very involved, or very grindy, I guess I should say. But I don't think you had to do that much. I don't remember like what you had to actually do to get Wakas. Herzog Zwei. Some nice crunchy Genesis music for you. I did like this song, Brigham. Actually, not only this song, I went back and I listened to the soundtrack and I added like a bunch of songs. So I actually have a couple besides this one. But yeah, the song is great. It's great. This is another game that I like played as a kid a little bit. I never owned it, but my friend had a Genesis, and I got to play it a little bit at his house. And usually it would be, I mean, we mostly played it so that he could crush me, because he played a lot more than I did. But it was a cool game. It seemed like a cool game. Yeah, I've got a lot more Genesis music on my playlist now. Tried to flesh it out more, so it's not, too NES heavy. There's a lot of Genesis on here. There's not enough TurboGrafx 16, but there's a little bit more now. And you got some bonk and whatnot. And, there's a little bit of some other systems. I mean, there's quite a lot of PS1 on here, too. And Super Nintendo, of course. I mean, the systems that I had the most experience with was the NES, Super Nintendo, and PS1. The PS2 I didn't play as much. And then, we started to get to the modern systems. But man, I when I was a kid, I always kind of trashed Genesis music. I was like, oh, Super Nintendo's way better. Genesis sucks. I think the reason why I had a negative impression of the Genesis was because of like games like Blaster Master. It might be entirely because of Blaster Master 2. Like, I used that as my benchmark. Oh man, the music in Blaster Master was so much better than the Genesis Blaster Master, so therefore Genesis music sucks. But I don't know why, because, I had played Sonic, and they came with amazing music. But now, at this point in my life, now I realize Genesis music is actually pretty cool. Like, I like the Genesis sound. Yeah, it can be a little bit overly synthy in the wrong game, but a lot of, I don't know, I like the synthiness now. Even the more synthy Genesis games, I often still like the music anyway. Even something really heavy like that Batman and Robin game for the Genesis. It's very, very heavy, synth-heavy music. This is a good song, but no, I want something different. Okay. Yeah, this song is from a really weird indie game called Aversion. It's an indie game, indie platformer that is based on, the premise is that it's supposed to be like an 8-bit platformer, but the idea is that everything is very cheery and cutesy, like an 8-bit platformer, but on the if you look deep down into the game's soul, it's actually filled with darkness and evil. So you start in like a cheery kind of happy place, but then you have to go through dimensional doors, and each dimension you go through. Oh, hey, dew on the grass. That command does not work. Oops, I just pressed the button. I skipped the song by accident. Well, it's from Aversion. Oh, but the request I think you're looking for would be current song, which would have worked, except I just skipped the song by accident because I pressed the keyboard key. But yeah, I don't have. There's no way to go back. Oh well. Yeah, that was from Aversion. And yeah, so you go through you have to find these little dimension gates, and you start in like a light blue area, but then it goes to dark. Each new dimension is like a different color, and each dimension is like slightly more twisted than the last. So it starts as a cute platformer, but it gradually turns into like a horror game, basically. It's pretty cool, like the way the music, like each little dimension has its own music, so it's cool to hear how they gradually portrayed the shift between like cutesy 8-bit platformer and demonic horror. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game. I like it. I mean, the graphics are not the best. It's not the best representation of an 8-bit. You know, it's pretty good for an indie game. And the original release of the game also used a song directly ripped off from the Famicom game Kokorone, which is one we haven't played yet. But then the later releases they changed it. Okay. Why does this keeps tilting? Damn it! Sorry, the camera keeps tilting by itself. All right, that's better. Okay, so just one panel left to go before this page is done. Robin was playing a new indie game today, which sounded exactly like a Master System game. Oh yeah, what is it called? That's cool. I like to see indie games that... I like to see retro-style games that, they go for different influences. Sega Master System is cool. Knuckles Chaotix. Agdalos, heavily inspired by Wonder Boy. Oh, okay. That makes sense. By, like, the first Wonder Boy? I think I've seen that, actually. I feel like I might have seen that one. That's cool, though. Yeah, you know, I like to see indie games that, like, do things a little bit differently. In retro-inspired indie, it's so common to, like, just copy either Mega Man or Metroid, and maybe throw a little bit of Zelda 2 in. It's so common to do those things. I like this. I like it when they do something different. It's cool to see the Wonder Boy nostalgia too. The song's pretty cool. Yeah, I should probably try more of these like retro-inspired indie games. Usually I just enjoy the real retro games better, though. But there have been some really cool ones. I'd like to see like a retro-styled game that was inspired by like Faxanadu. Like a Faxanadu. Or Legacy of the Wizard. I don't think I've ever seen an indie game that like drew heavy inspiration from Legacy of the Wizard. That would be super cool. With that style of like small sprites and like big maze-like labyrinths. Labyrinths. Yeah, that's a word. Something like that. Tatsujin, Truxton. Ending theme unused. Well. The hidden ending theme. Yeah, still never played Truxton. Truxton. That's such a weird name for a game. Truxton. Hey guys, I just brought the Truxton. The truck drivers are here. They brought the Truxton. Truxton. Tatsujin. I feel like that, yeah, I think that... I don't know if those words relate to each other. Tatsujin has to do with like iron or something. If I recall correctly. Soldier Blade. This is Brigand's new favorite game. All right. Yeah, I think that should be good for this page. I'm gonna start the inking process now. Let me get my light box. Alright, this might be a little bright. Don't be alarmed. Ugh. Kirby? There he is, good old Kirby. Unused ending theme, huh? This for the original one? Yeah, it was a really good game. Oh, excuse me. Oh. In the original Kirby, he couldn't even, he couldn't even steal abilities, could he? It's still a good game. Hey, Tam, a flipster in flipping. That's me. Hey, Tam, how's it going? Hey, Tam. Tam, you want to see something? Do you want to see something cool, Tam? Here, hold on a second. Tam, take a look at this, Tam. Are you paying attention? Your book! Oh, well, not that. No. No, not that. That's a surprise. Well, I could... Oh, I could... I owe you, like, some sketches, right? Maybe I could do that, actually. But first... Dreamland's credit theme and Adventure's sound font. It's your favorite? Oh, it's good. It's good. Here, Tam, look at this. Look at this, Tam. Look. Oh, this is like a joke version. This is the joke version of this song. I don't know why. Did you do that on purpose? That's okay. Well, it's almost over. It's like All-Star. Tam, look, your name is on here. Look, Tam, you got 3 hours, Tam. Look at that. Tam, look, you got 3 hours. 3 hours. You can get your... Yes, all that glitters is gold, Tam. What do you think about that? 3 hours, Tam. Tam, you get to request any game you want. Except for the ones that I can't play. Or won't play. But other than that, you can request any game you want. Now you have to sub. Yeah, you don't have to... Well... You don't have to... You can just use your 3 hours. You don't have to keep subbing. You could sub. I mean, you could if you want to. But whether you do or not, you've already got 3 hours, Tam. What are you going to do with them? You want to request a game? Think about it. To increase the amount of pain inflicted upon me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could. You could. What kind of pain do you want to inflict on me, Tam? Tam, just so you know, no MOBAs allowed. I know what you're thinking. No MOBAs. You can't do that. No Fortnite either. There's a no Fortnite, no MOBA rule. And no MMOs either. Well, actually, I guess MMOs would be alright. If they're free or if you... Well, if it'd be too complicated if there is a subscription. I guess no MMOs these days have subscriptions. Those would be okay. Probably just about any retro game would be fine. Like, I'd prefer to like not do games that I've already beaten on stream, but if you really want an encore of a game, it's fine. Or I could play through it again. Games I haven't played before on stream would be better, though. Like, any retro game should be fine. Any game up to, like, PS1 should be fine. PS2 would not be fine. I just have too many problems trying to emulate it. I mean, I don't even think I can do it. I can't do PS2 on stream. I wish I could. I really wanted to do that one horror game. What was it called? Oh yeah, Rule of Rose. I really wanted to play that on stream. It would have been great. I still want to. One of these days, I got to figure out how to get a PS2 emulator to work on my computer. Or, well, I have the. I mean, I can hook it up to my capture card, but there's some games seem to have problems. Shadow of Destiny, the game that we wanted to play, would not work. I don't know how Rule of Rose would be. But to even do that, I would have to have the disc, which, you know, Rule of Rose is like $1 million, so I couldn't do that anyway. Tried emulating PSP? I've not tried emulating PSP, no. I haven't. Emulates pretty well? I mean, I could, like, if you want to do a PSP game, I could do that. Oh, is this Aladdin? From Super Nintendo? I have an Aladdin song on the playlist. Not this one, though. But I do have a couple, I think. It's a good soundtrack. Is there a PSP game that you have in mind, Mr. Leo? You know, there is one PSP game. Well, there's probably multiple, but there's one I do really want to go back and play one of these days, and that's Third Birthday, the third Parasite Eve game. I'd really like to play that one of these days. But, you might, huh? I mean, this is a pretty cool rendition of that song from Aladdin. It's not like my favorite, but they did a great job of doing that. I like that they have like a couple of songs from the movie, but that they also have like a lot of original music. I don't like when these licensed games just simply take a bunch of songs from the movie and then just kind of throw them in randomly, which is what the Genesis Aladdin did. That is a cool game, but its soundtrack is just so lazy. The Super Nintendo one does a really good job with its soundtrack. It's like, that's just the perfect way to do a licensed soundtrack. This is a nice rendition. What is it, Mr. Leo? Don't... You can tell me now. It doesn't have to be a surprise. I want to know. I want to know. We're gonna, I was thinking that we might even just like do some, like, start on like some of these requests like tomorrow. You haven't decided? So, I mean, if anybody has one they would like to see, just basically whoever is the first one to decide is the one I'll do first. All you gotta do is make a decision. Sometimes in life you gotta make decisions. Is this like... Huh. I see, I get it. Yeah. That was the end of the song. Okay. I was thinking that, yeah, that seemed different from the Super Nintendo. I think I don't, because I thought that was weird because the Super Nintendo one, I'm pretty sure, doesn't play out the whole song like that. It loops at some point. Yeah, that's your big opportunity. You're also thinking about something on Game Boy. Oh yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, that's a good choice. You like Game Boy. Dew on the Grass. You scamp. Alright, I'll put real songs in there from now on. Here, hold on. Let me find a song that I want more than this one. No. Oh, maybe that one. There you go. How about a little Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge? Synco stage. That's more like it. Mr. Leo, you could do multiple Game Boy games if you wanted to. You have 23 hours. You could just pick 23 different games for me to play. But you might want me to play through a whole game, right? I guess if you wanted to, you could also, like... I hadn't really thought about this, but you could set a time limit on the game. Like, okay, just play an hour of this. And that would be totally fine if you wanted to do that. That would even be pretty cool. Then again, it's cooler to win games, if it's possible. There was a few Game Boy games I wanted to go back to. Like, what was that one that we were playing before with the big dude? What was that one we were playing? Like, there was a cool one that you requested a while back. There was a couple. Oh, there was, what was it? I forgot. The big, this kind of puzzle-ish, and it had, like, Nobu or something? You were counting on that time limit option? Well, yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be, if you don't have enough hours for me to finish the game, you can still request it. I can also even, like, if you want, like, if you have a game in mind, but it's going to take longer than the hours you have, you can request it, and, you know, I can play it for 3 hours, and then I can just put it on hold until you have more hours, and they can come back to it. I could always come back to games later if I don't finish them in time, you know, which seems bound to happen. So you could do it that way, too. But yeah, there was a bunch of Game Boy games I wanted to go back to and play more of. I hope Mr. Leo requests one of them for me. Maybe he will. You got any ideas yet, Tam? Tam, you must have some ideas. You played video games. You know games. I could play a Sonic game. Oh, what about that? You could make me play Sonic 2006. Or, well, maybe. Actually, I don't... What system is that on again? I mean, depending on what system that is. I don't know. Maybe I can't play that one. What system was Sonic 2006 for? Xbox 360? Not that bad. I know, but I'd still like to play it one of these days. It's on PS... I could stream that. Yeah, it's on PS3, so I could. Although I haven't streamed from my PS3 in a while. And I have a new sound card. I have a new... I have a new capture card now. I haven't tried streaming from the PS3 with the new capture card. It can be a little bit weird trying to stream from the PS3. It can be a bit finicky. But assuming that I could, you know, I could do that. You want to take serious psychological damage? So what, like the Game.com version of Sonic? Is that what you were thinking of? Wasn't that the worst one, the Game.com one? Or is that not bad enough? I mean, I've already played, like, some of the worst games. We just played some of what was that game? Hoshio Mirohito. You're not going to be able to get worse than that. It's almost impossible. Almost. Have you tried to play Hoshio Mirohito, Tam? You should try it. You should see it, you know? You should see one of the worst games ever made. It's really crazy. There were some features about that game that I didn't even get to talk about on stream that I forgot about or just didn't. I went back and I reread the wiki again, and I discovered why the gold was being so weird. Like, I had thought that maybe the password doesn't save the gold, but it does save the gold in that game. It only saves it in increments of 256. So if you get anywhere from 1 to 255 gold, when you enter your password to continue, you start with 0. And if you're anywhere from 256 to 511, you start with 256. You see what I mean? Yeah, they thought that would be okay. That's how the password system works in that game. And then with experience points, it's a little bit better, but it still only saves in multiples of 4. So it cuts off the rest of your experience points. Although that's not really that big of a deal. Unless you're low levels. If you're low levels, 4 experience points is a really very big deal. This is your Star Force? This is a better Star Force. Star Soldier. Yeah. Well, this is supposed to be like the actual sequel to Star Force, right? I think Super Star Force was not made by the same company. And this game is pretty cool. I like Super Star Force also. Although it's very janky, but I like it. But this game is very cool. Some unnecessary attempts at saving bits. Yeah, also I found out that Hoshio Mirohito was programmed by, it was developed by a company called Another. It was developed for Hot B. It was a port of a PC RPG, of course. Whenever there's like a really weird, strange game like that, of course it's a port of a PC game. A lot of the worst games on the Famicom are ports of PC games. Interestingly, like Doughboy. So, a lot like how Micronix is rumored to be one dude, the company called Another, which made some of Hot B's games, rumored to just be one guy. It was probably just one guy that was developing the game for them. So, my guess is that there was one guy who was like a programmer who probably wasn't even really like an artist, so those graphics tiles for the backgrounds, he probably did his best, but that's some serious programmer artwork. It's weird though, because the artwork on for the portraits for the characters in that game is actually almost kind of nice. But the tile artwork of like the backgrounds and stuff is the worst I've ever seen. It's so bad it looks like they tried to make it bad intentionally. Like it's even an indie game. Like I've seen some indie like RPGs. I haven't seen any that look that bad. Well, actually that's not true. I have seen some that look worse, even worse. Some that look like they were made in paint. But happy jumping flash music. But it's such a funny game. Like how are we gonna get worse than that, Tam? Are you a fan of the band Yes? I wouldn't say I'm like a fan, but I like their music. I like what I've heard. I probably only know like some of their hit songs. They were elevated in my consciousness a lot when they did a song for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm a big fan of that song. I mean, they didn't do one when one of their songs was used in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Why do you ask? The game made you a little sick? Oh, Jumping Flash did? It's sometimes watching somebody play those 3D games can make you sick. I think if you're playing, it probably would affect you less. The camera jerkiness. Yeah, if you're actually playing, I don't think it would affect you as much. Temmie Village Undertale. Okay. Is this like some mashup of an Undertale song and Yes? I figured that's why you were asking that. Oh, I thought so. You like the mashup songs, huh? Dew on the Grass? I like Jumping Flash music. At least the music doesn't make you sick. I do think it's a really fun game. But I love a lot of PS1 games. PS1 games are great. Some talented folks. That's true. There are some talented folks out there. And a lot of them worked on PS1 games. Yeah, the PS1 week was really fun. I'll have to go back and play more PS1 games sometime. That Oh No game was great. Hey, McCaranice, he does the subscriber thing too, right? People can pick games for him. 1 year subscribers get to pick a game. So when is somebody gonna make him play Oh No? Maybe I will just have to do it. Now, but see, if I were, I would go for Umehara Kawase. What is this? I don't know if I can handle this. This doesn't sound good. Okay. Now it's. This PS1 Dohiki didn't work, so I wouldn't have the heart to request Oh No. Oh. Yeah, because when he was here, he even said like, "Oh, this is like I might have to play this." I remember he said he was actually interested. I mean, how can you not see Oh No and not be interested? But I mean, I'm sure he'll probably eventually get it to work. Sucks it didn't work. If this is using a Yes song, I guess I don't recognize the song. Sorry. And that Oh No game had such good music too. I think I tried to put some on my playlist, but I don't know if I was able to find a short version. I think there was only a full soundtrack, like a full YouTube soundtrack, so you can't really use that for song requests, unfortunately. Because that soundtrack was really cool. You know what else is weird? That PS1 game LCD Dream Simulator, or Dream Emulator, I should say. that game, I thought the music was strange. It's because there's like 500 different tracks or something. There's a crazy amount of tracks for that game. I looked it up after we were done playing. I was curious. Didn't end up putting any of that on my playlist. Like every track is like really short, and many of them are. I mean, they're interesting, but they're also borderline annoying. Ugh. 10:30. We got a bit of a late start though, so I think I've only been streaming for a little over 2 hours. Man, all this artwork makes me hungry. I wish I had a pizza to eat like Brigand did. I mean, I do, but it's a frozen pizza. It's just not the same. We should have a pizza stream one of these days. I remember back in the old apartment, I think we had 2 or 3 pizza streams. That was pretty fun. We even might have had like a deep dish pizza, Chicago deep dish. At one point, I think we did. That was really good. Yeah, pizza streams are good. Should get some more Chicago-style pizza. Not tonight, though. Oh, that's definitely my song. Nobody would ever request Sarah Sowerty from the Undercover Cop soundtrack. The Undercover Cop video game. It actually looks like a pretty cool beat 'em up. I had never seen it before, but the song is cool, so I bet it has awesome music. I mean, besides this song. Yeah, we also need to play more arcade games at some point. There's so many cool arcade games out there. Maybe I should do Arcade Tendo. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Flipcade. Maybe I should do Flipcade after I've done Flip Tendo. We should just do arcade games. Like every arcade game. Play them all. That would be pretty cool. Except I wouldn't be able to play them all because some of them wouldn't run, so I wouldn't actually be able to play all of them, unfortunately. This song's awesome, though. It's pretty badass. Hey, are any of you guys, have any of you guys been watching the new Cobra Kai season? I just started to watch it. Like, I finally, I had canceled my YouTube, but I just renewed it so that I could start watching it. It is very good so far. Heard good things about it? Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot, and you know, I think it's worth getting YouTube. What I did was I just, when I watched the first season, I just got the... You can get a free month when you first sign up to YouTube Premium. So I just used the free month and then I canceled it afterwards. I think it's worth, like, I mean, I don't think they have anything else that's worth watching. But I don't know. I've checked out it. They actually had like a Game Grumps show. I forget what it was called. They had a show that was like written and starring the Game Grumps. It was like an actual dramatic show. It wasn't just them playing games or goofing around. Like they were playing characters, I think. Sort of reminded me of Grandma's Boy, actually. It was not good. I think they were playing like professional gamers or something. It was not good. I do not recommend it. That was the point of that, is to not recommend that. Ooh, Eric, I want to play this game on stream sometime. This is from a PC. It's a PC adventure game, not menu based, not point and click, but I guess text based with like some pictures. But yeah, I played through it like when I was a lot younger. Really, really liked it. Loved the music. It's also like a very humorous game. I gotta play it on stream at some point. I know I could if I used DOSBox. But oh yeah, I'm rambling a little bit. You should check out Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is really good. I just wanted to make the point that I liked it, and I don't like any new TV shows at all. So, but yet I like Cobra Kai, so it must be pretty good. Yeah, like every new Netflix show I try to watch, I just end up hating. Unfortunately. But it's a really cool show. Like, man. It takes the... What's the game called? Oh, the song is from? I was talking about Cobra Kai, a YouTube TV series. But if you mean this song, it's from a game called Eric the Unready, which is a sort of like a text-based adventure game. But it's like one of the fancier ones. It also has graphics. I guess it's a little bit like Shadowgate, except you use a text parser. But you can use a mouse. I guess it's pretty much similar to Shadowgate. It's a fucking miracle. Who would have thought Karate Kid sequel would work of all things? Yes, it is a miracle. It is. I think what's a miracle is the dude who plays. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name now. The main dude who came back, the blonde dude. What is his name? What is his character's name? William Zabka. No, I can't even think of his character's name. But anyway, his Johnny Lawrence. Yeah, his acting is really good. Like, he's really good. Like, as the main character, he's great. He's so compelling. And Daniel LaRusso, he's cool too. But the show is more about him. Oh, you mean the show? Oh, you talking about the game? I think I did. I might have rambled past it quickly, but yeah, Eric the Unready. Yeah. And you could probably play it for free somewhere on the internet if you look. Like you can with a lot of old DOS games. Yeah, Brigand is here. He's here. He's hanging around. By the way, Brigand, Tam, if you guys have any art requests, I think you guys are both still patrons, right? I don't know. But if you do, just let me know. The show has the appropriate amount of cheese. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take itself too seriously. You still are? Well, if you want a sketch request, you can get one. Just let me know. Or I could just do your book right now on stream too. I could do your sketches for you. I forget. We'll see. What? How many did you ask for again? Which books? You asked for like. I could check. You asked for. I think you asked for a couple. I know you had a couple added on. Yeah, you know the problem with yours. I'd like to just send it out to you right away, but the problem with yours, I think yours might be one of the ones that needs a T-shirt, and I don't have those T-shirts yet. So even if I did do the sketches right away, it's not like I could send it out right away. Let's see. There you are. Should be careful to not say your real name on stream. You probably don't want that. I mean, you might not care, but just in case. There's Tam. Sketch me like one of your French girls. Like, hopefully I sent you your PDF already. You got your PDF, right? So you're supposed to get book 10 and... Oh, it says in the messages. And also there was a couple add-ons, 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 10, right? Yes. Yes. Oh, you wanted the Iki drawing. You want me to send that too? Yeah, that's right, that's right. That's right, Skittles knows all about that. And you wanted a sketch of Maytag with a Sonic hat. Alright. Like, I could do that. How is this music so good? It's ridiculous. Yeah, that Iki sketch. I remember that one. Yeah, I got that around here somewhere. We'll make sure to send that to you. Actually, I guess no. You don't. I don't think that you. Oh, you weren't getting a shirt, right? So I could send that out to you, actually. Because you have to be at... Don't you have to be at 75, I think? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think so. Ayakashi no Shiro on Game Boy. A fan translation for it was only recently released. Okay, Mr. Leo. Is that a... What kind of game is that? Is that like an RPG? Game Boy hype. But today, you don't know if this has ever been requested before, but oh no, a warp occurred. Maytag got transported close to Tokyo Tower. Is that the request, Tam? Maytag warped close to Tokyo Tower? So she was warped close to Tokyo Tower. First-person dungeon crawler with a Japanese theme. Oh, that's interesting. Ayakashi no Shiro. Do you think? How long do you think it is? How long do you think it would take? I mean, it's a dungeon crawler. It must be a bit long, right? Hopefully, it's not Megami Tensei long. And she's just sightseeing? Okay. Alright, Sam. I'm gonna get to that in just 1 second. Good request. Translation is wrong. Okay. Yeah. I see. Okay. Well, we can find out. I mean, it's a dungeon crawler, so I would assume it's probably on the long side. But I guess you never know. Yeah, like hopefully it's not like 60 hours long like Megami Tensei, because you know, then we'd not be able to finish it. But we would have to come back to it later. We could always, keep coming back to it later until we did finish it if you really wanted to. But I guess you would have to see. You didn't play it too much. You'd find out. That sounds interesting. Well, I guess that would be up to you, Mr. Leo. You can decide if I should abandon it or not. I'll let you make that decision. I wanted to get to this song. Oh, you got one too, Tam. Alright. Might take you a little while, more than my allotment. Well, that's alright. You can still request it, and then I can play 3 hours of it, and then if you want, I can come back to it later. We can have it to be continued. So it's fine. There you go. There you go, Tam. It's for you. Yeah. I need to play some Sonic R Racing at some point. Never actually played it. But, boy, the soundtrack is really good. Jeez. Sonic 06. I'd be happy to play Sonic. I kind of want to play it. I'm really curious to see what it's like. So, I'd be happy to play it. Is that your request, Tam? Sonic R? Or did you have it? Is that just a coincidental? And I can't type either way. Well, that's convenient. Coincidence. Just a What is it, Tam? What is it? This music from the hit upcoming Jim Carrey movie? Yeah, exactly. No, I wish. You know that the movie's gonna have garbage music, just like how the Netflix Castlevania has the most generic soundtrack possible. Because if you're gonna do an adaptation of a hit franchise that's known for amazing music, of course you wouldn't want to use any of that. You'd want to just replace it with just some generic music and put no effort into it. At least say what you want about the Silent Hill movie. But at least that movie had the brain. The people who made it had the brains to use music from the games, and it worked really well for the movie too. Talking shit about Coolio, you waste precious subscription time waiting for the stages to load. Oh, and Sonic 2006. Well. Drill Dozer. Okay, Drill Dozer. Alright, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, that's cool. That's the one where, yeah. Where you, play a girl in a drill mech. You go around, you drill stuff. Yeah, I know that game. The Game Freak gave me that photo. I mean, I've seen it. Okay, cool choice. I'll have to... Oh, I do have a Game Boy Advance emulator, actually. Yeah, okay, I could play that. If you pick a game for a system that I've never emulated before, that would be a little bit of a chore, but we could figure it out. But I've done Game Boy Advance before. Did you finish it? Yeah, well, it sounds like 3 hours wouldn't be enough, but playing it for 3 hours would still be pretty fun. That's fine with me. So brilliant, you've beaten it thrice? Wow. I can feel the sunshine. It does brighten up my day. Wow. Never call Coolio garbage. And a 3DS emulator. I see. How long do you think it takes to play through Tam, Drill Dozer? How long did it take you the first time? Comic spoilers? Uh-oh, Radon. It's okay, it's just only spoilers for Wednesday. Plus, you can't see what the words are until the page goes up. But I guess you can see the expressions, so. Alright, in a second I'm going to start doing Tam's request. So comic spoilers will end. I'll come back and finish this. I like that expression. That's good. That's good. Nice one. Alright. Eight hours in normal mode. 10 hours for hard mode. Oh, 4 hours for hard mode, because you already knew the game. Okay. I gotta get cardstock. Do I have one here? Is this one? This is one. This should work. Man, this song seems to come up very often. I like the song, but is it just me or does this come up a lot? I'm gonna stick to another song. Do you have a connection to Maytag's outlook on life and relationships interesting mentally? I mean, you know, I might have some, you know, there might be some connection there. Radon. Talking about their mutual love of NES music. Yeah, oh, Brigand, spoilers. Now you just ruined the surprise. Uh-oh. Drill Dozer. There you go. Oh, I see. There it is. I'll come up in a second. So you said Maytag getting teleported over Tokyo Tower? Let me get Tokyo Tower out here. Alright, Tokyo Tower. It looks pretty at night. Yeah, Flipside should be in Kingdom Hearts. Come on, Square. Flipside can be in a game for kids. Leave the more naughty aspects out of it. I don't see a problem with it. Needs a mature rework and all sorts of Square Enix IPs in fanfiction heaven. Sure. I'd play it. Mature Kingdom Hearts for adults. Yeah, exactly. Adults. What is that? Bengandab. Oh. Drill Dozer music. Diss track? Is this not the one you wanted? Uh-oh. You said she teleported there, right? Oh, okay. Well, I like it. Let's see. How do I draw this? So Tam, here I'm adding in a special surprise to the drawing. But I just wanted to just check. You said she teleported right here. Let me just scroll up. What did you say again? A warp occurred. She got transported close to Tokyo Tower. Warp. Okay. All right. So what happened is she appeared in front of Tokyo Tower. She warped there, but somebody else was standing there, and they got telefrag. So they're going. That's you know, some poor sightseer. How do song requests work? You just simply type in ! song request. I mean, like, it's just the Nightbot ones. It's like the most standard form of just ! SR or song request, and then you can put the YouTube link. Like that. Yeah, it's a real shame that she had to telefrag someone when she was teleporting in to the Tokyo Tower. But, you know, accidents happen. Oh. The TurboGrafx 16 version of this song. For a change of pace. This one is like darker than the NES one. It's like, whoa. It's pretty cool though. Well, Tam, remember you can also always just go directly to the Nightbot page and put it in yourself. Like you can load the if you. Here, let me give you a little tip. That is correct, Radon. That is what telefragging is. Tam, you can just do this. So if you go to the, if you type in song list and then you go to the song list, see that link there? You go there. Then it'll ask you for your Twitch login, and you put it in. Then you can just you can plug your link directly into the space there, and you can request it. And it's a lot faster than. It's faster and easier than Nightbot doing it. Well, I mean that way it's more direct and it doesn't fail like that. Just a tip, Tam. I mean, I could. Did you get in there, Tam? I could do it for you. Too much work. Let me see if it'll work for me. It worked for me. Well, there you go. It's in there now. It does not have to be in the music category. I don't have that classification. It doesn't matter. I think there might be a minimum or maximum length. The category shouldn't matter. Yeah, if I limited it to the music category, there'd be a lot of like songs on YouTube that would just be miscategorized that wouldn't work. So it'd be super annoying. Yeah, max length is 10 minutes. We'd probably prefer if you keep it under 5 minutes, though, as a rule. The Ratchet and Clank soundtrack, eh? Huh. Sounds weird. Drops 10 hour in Handcat. Yeah, that would be the kind of thing that we would not want to have. Tokyo Tower. Damn, look, somebody's getting telefragged. What do you think about that? Isn't that crazy? They shouldn't have been standing there. It was their fault. Damn, they see teleported in, and then this person got telefragged. Here, maybe I better. Maybe I better put some notations here. There. Now you know what happens. Because I put the notations. See, because it's like Wishmaster, you know? You try to, when you request a sketch, you know, you want to get a particular sketch, but then there's some evil twist on it that messes up the sketch, you know? Telefragging. Always some evil twist. Such an awful movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. Only one part you chuckled at. There was an even worse one that came out recently called Wish Upon. Is commission. No, I'm drawing a sketch request for Tam because he's a Patreon supporter. That's why this is a Patreon stream. You can see by the title there's the 25th Patreon stream. And the Patreon streams we draw art and stuff. I also do sketch requests for supporters of a certain tier level. You have to be like a $10 tier level to get those, I believe. Tam is a supporter, so he gets the request. You just read the title? Well, there you go. Now you know. Hey, this song's cool. Oh, Sonic 3D Blast. Of course. No wonder it's cool. Alright, so, yeah, I guess, that should about do it. What do you think, Tam? Tam, she teleported to Tokyo Tower, just like you said you wanted. That game was your Joker? Yeah, that game was, oh, the director's cut of Sonic 3D Blast? What's the director's cut? I went beyond what you wanted? Well, sometimes I try to go beyond, Tim. Hope that worked out for you. Bet your EverDrive died? Oh. What's the director's cut? Alright, I'm gonna put this to the side. Tam got his drawing. This guy worked on Sonic 3D Blast. Went back and fixed the code in some places, and you think threw in the level editor. Oh, I see. Interesting. Can you do anything fun with that? Your request can be Maytag and Burn in overalls and boots, like Mario and Luigi. Okay. All right, need another card stock. All right. So, Maytag and Bernadette in overalls and boots like Mario and Luigi. Alright, yeah, that's cute. Could do that. Mario and Luigi cosplay. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, the song is good. I got some Sonic 3D Blast on my playlist too. I guess Bernadette should be Luigi because she's taller. Let's see here. How should I do the proportions? Should I do them like realistic proportions or? I don't know. Let me see on this one. Is this also Sonic 3D Blast? Oh, Superstar Soldier. Superstar Soldier? For TurboGrafx? I didn't know there was a Superstar Soldier. Wow, is it like Superstar Force? You like go in caves and stuff? It was reused in Sonic Adventure? Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job. It's the sequel to the Famicom Star Soldier. Okay. Is it just a pure shooter, though? Or is it... Because Super Star Force was a sequel to Star Force, kind of. But then it added in, like, adventure elements and caves you could go and explore. There are others in the Star Force Soldier line in Turbo? Oh, nice. Yeah, these songs are pretty cool. Star Parodier. Oh yeah, that's the one of the other parody games that you were playing, right? It's like a... Was that Hudson or... Well, Star Soldier on Famicom that's related to that. That's sort of like the actual sequel to Star Force, right? Starship Hector is a sequel. Yeah, Starship Hector is kind of a sequel to Star Soldier also. I mean, it uses the same art. So you would assume it's a sequel, although I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's kind of like Hudson's version of Parodius. It's got Bomberman in it. Hands down better than Parodius. Wow. Maybe. And not many people have played it though, unfortunately. I want to play it. That seems pretty neat. Too easy. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. hey, the M on her hat can actually stand for Maytag. That works out. Still fantastic. One level whose background is made up of various Bomberman stages. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, Star Parodier. That's what it's called. That sounds pretty awesome. I want to try to play that. Get some adorable artwork. Adorable artwork is always good. Hey, you mean like this one? I like adorable artwork. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good so far. I like where this is going. Yeah, I love the TG16 music, PC Engine music. This is from what, Raiden? PC Engine was a pretty sweet system. It's another system I need to play more games from. I never played. I think I played Raiden in the arcade a little bit, but other than that, I've played. Well, actually, no. I think I rented Raiden on the PS1, but I played very little Raiden. I never thought Raiden was really that exciting. That's probably why, because it's kind of just like such an ordinary shooter. Looks ordinary, but it has a good challenge. Yeah. I should give another try sometime. I'm sure it's good. Do you like the Raiden games? You should go back and play the original arcade one. Oh. I know this is my music. Because it's from Shin Megami Tensei. It's made by Tecmo, but has the plain look of earlier Toaplan shooter. I don't know that one either. Yeah, Tecmo. Yeah, they made some cool games. I like that Tecmo. Let's see here. Overalls. Oh, here we go. The Wii Channel music. Aren't you guys glad the Wii Channel music's in here? Oh man. I'm really sad that the Switch store doesn't have music like this. They should have just kept using this music. It's the best. Oh man. There's never been better store music. This makes me want to go shopping right now. Oh yeah, the M. They made Tiger Heli, Twin Cobra, Truxton, Hellfire, Favorite, Zero Wing. Yeah, like... Yeah. Like a lot of, I don't know. Well, maybe I shouldn't say middling, but like... Tiger Heli... Probably those were all good in the arcade. Like Tiger Heli, I played the Famicom version of Tiger Heli and Twin Cobra. Actually, I'm not sure about Twin Cobra. Tiger Heli was bad. Truxton and Hellfire, those are, I mean, like those are Genesis games, I guess. And Zero Wing, those are good. Zero Wing is good. It's not like the most amazing, but it's good. And we of course we mostly played it because of its famous opening, but it's a pretty solid shooter. If you give it a chance. This has some pretty cool music, very Genesis-y music, very crunchy and synthy. The Gunnak shop theme. Oh. My next song coming up is from a shooter, also. It's a very obscure shooter that I only know because of Fliptendo. Should I give her the scarf too? Or I think I'll give her the scarf. I have to fit her hair inside the hat. Oh, let me see here. Hat. Phantasy Star 4 OST now on sale. Oh, this is the store music from Phantasy Star 4? Huh. That's... I didn't get it until now. You're putting these in because of the Wii Shop music. It's a theme. Now I get it. Now it makes sense. Maybe instead of an L, I should give her a B. I'm gonna give her a B. Because it's Bernadette. Ah, perfect. Here, let's just cover up one of her eyes. I love this song. This is from a shooter that nobody would, even probably Fliptendo watchers probably wouldn't even remember this game. But I liked it. It was called Ginga Densho Galaxy Odyssey. That was from a lot earlier. That was that one where it's like half shooter and then half you go into the caves and run around with the little ray gun. It was pretty janky, but it was still it was cool though. Man, this music is so good. Probably half the reason why I like this game is just because of this song. Yeah, no, not platformer. More like overhead Zelda style kind of exploration. So sort of like reverse Guardian Legends. So you would fly over like levels, you'd look for caves to go in. Kind of a lot like Super Star Force, honestly. Well, it's definitely, it's pretty cool. It takes a little bit of learning to figure out how to even play the game. But it does have a translation. I'd probably recommend playing with the guide, at least at first. And it can be a bit janky, specifically the Zelda parts. Like, it can be easy to get like stuck on the walls and stuff. But it's a pretty cool game. I liked it. I would say it's worth checking out. But yeah, if you wanted to see a playthrough of it, I mean, I did play through the entire game. Using a guide, it only took like 5.5 hours. It's probably doable without a guide. But there are some parts with some... There are some parts where you have to find secret walls that would be pretty tricky without it. I think, if I remember correctly. And it would be a lot more trial and error with like trying to figure out what locations you need to fly to in what order to like find stuff. Okay, let's see here. Rayman. Well, think we're done. That looks good. Should sign the other one too, I forgot. Just pencil signing it. Yeah, I like that. Maytag and Bernadette as plumbers. Oh, wait, I didn't draw her overalls properly. Fix that. There. Yeah. Thunder Force 2 is an unusual hybrid of horizontal and vertical. Well, I don't find that unusual because after all, like there's... Like, Gradius does that sometimes. Life Force does that. And I feel like there's other shooters that do that too. I like when they do that. I think that's pretty cool. Well, this song is nice. Cosmic Carnage? Oh, I put this in. Oh, I thought this was yours. Cosmic Carnage. Yeah, this is nice. Alright, there you go, Brigands. Alright, our second sketch request is done. Sorry for the brightness. Alright, I'm gonna finish my regular page now. Dude, this song's... I forgot that I even put this song on my list. I never even played this game. I barely know what it is, but that song is awesome. Probably put it on here because somebody requested it. I don't think it came from Legacy Music Hour. That emote. Vine Mayro. Well, we've done some good request arts. We fulfilled our responsibilities to the people. Drawn Maytag as a plumber and as a teleporter. Not bad. You know what we just watched the other day, like 2 days ago? We rewatched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I haven't watched it in a long time. You know what? It holds up. Man, it's so entertaining. Such a silly movie, but man, it's so entertaining. Yeah, the first one. The second one is great too. We didn't watch it, but I want to rewatch that one now too, because the second one is like brilliant. Yeah, and it was sort of in preparation for. I'd heard that they were making a third one. Hopefully that hadn't fallen through yet. Yeah, George Carlin. Man, it's great to see George Carlin again too. Bogus Journey is underrated. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people recognize Bonus Journey as being awesome now. At the time, it bombed. It was not as successful as Excellent Adventure, unfortunately. But it's maybe better than the first one. You go back and watch them again. All right, Tam. Hey, thanks, Tam. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your request. Glad you liked it. And I'll see you again soon for your game request. Hey, here's a shooter song from my playlist. Magical Chase. It's a good one. Bill and Ted Face the Music is apparently a go. Face the Music. Oh. I like that subtitle, Face the Music. That's right, I'd heard that. Yeah. Yeah, Tam's okay. Yeah, okay, good, he saw it. Magical Chase is really good, yeah, you should play that some more. Like, you get a big life bar in that game, so you can take multiple hits, which is nice for a shooter, but it's still not really easy. Although it's easier than many, but it's got its hard parts. Every turbo shmup before sitting down with the good ones trying to clear them. Well, you got a lot of work ahead of you then, don't you? Like, it's a lot, isn't there? Do-do-do-do-do-do. 911 includes cartridge and CD ones out of 100. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, Briggan, you should like link to your rating list. He's got a rating list which is similar to mine, which is pretty cool. Yeah, he's even rating the music too, which I appreciate. He's even got a recommended categorization. Oh, you haven't played... Wait, oh, I see. The worst series, high scores, 10 out of 10. Only a few in that category. The worst. I see Athena in there. Castle Quest, 1942. Get some Of course, Frontline represented. Yep. Oh, I see. Ataki. You didn't play Ataki yet. That's an interesting game. The Shmups tab. Yep, yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, you have 3. You also have a third one for difficulty. You know, I had considered that. I considered making a third ranking for difficulty. I thought that might be fun to rank the difficulty of all the games, but I guess I decided not to because I thought it would. There was already like. Well, I was gonna say there's too much information as it is. I didn't want to make it feel too overloaded. I thought that might overdo it a little bit. Also, I just kind of like the simplicity of just the music and game score. I like just having, I don't know. But on the other hand, it would be cool to have difficulty rankings. I mean, it's that if I were going to have a third score, it would probably be for difficulty. I think it's a good idea to rank the difficulty. I think that's, you know, like, I think rating things like graphics is a bit silly and like superfluous. Like, what else would you rate? Like graphics, controls. I don't really like the idea of rating controls. I think it's too hard to really. I mean, you can, but I feel like. I feel like you don't really convey any useful information in rating controls. Like, it ends up being just like, I don't know. It's hard to really rank like what is good and what is bad. I don't know. It's weird. Controls, graphics. I don't know. I just don't think those things really need number ratings. Too subjective? Yeah. I mean, well, music is very subjective too. So. But it's just more just that it's like hard for me to wrap my head around what that even means. For a ranking of difficulty, it's not based on how hard easy the game is, or the difficulty feels appropriate for the game. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I guess I don't know. I mean, you could do it that way. Like, I am interested in just like the pure like. Well, I mean, because you're taking it. You're like mentally forming it in terms of like whether it's good or bad. But like, I think it's cool to like just rate difficulty in terms of like just purely what is more difficult. You know. But you're reframing it into like a good or like, you know, so like a higher number would be good and a lower number would be bad. Like how good the difficulty is. Appropriate for the game. I don't know, like it's not a bad thing to rate, but I think it's just that I don't think it's a bad idea to rate controls or graphics either. I just find it harder to wrap my head around the idea of putting that in a 1 to 10 system, though. It's like, how appropriate are the controls for the game? Like, because, you know, on my, like, when it comes to, like, you know, the game's quality or its music, you know, I feel like there's a wide spectrum of qualities. Like, you know, there's good, there's, like, how good can that really be? Like my rating system, it goes, like, you know, 6 would be good, 7 would be great, 8 would be excellent. You know, can the difficulty... Whether the difficulty is appropriate for the game, is that something that can be phenomenal? Can there be a game that's a masterpiece of that? Like, what are the games that are like the absolute, like, I don't know, like, it's too hard to categorize them that way for me. You can kind of do that with graphics though more, but you can kind of do it with even with controls. I feel like it's too hard to wrap your head around that. Think you love Tasujin? Oh, that's Truxton. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, brutally difficult. Hey, Colic, how's it going? I'm doing art. Hey, Colic, you missed it, but I'll show you real quick, Colic. Here's the art requests that were requested today. So far, we got Brigand requested Mate and Bernadette dressed as Mario and Luigi, kind of, except she's got a B for Bernadette. And then Tam requested Maytag teleporting to Tokyo Tower, and then I added in that she telefragged an innocent bystander. So, there you go. It is a hard thing to judge. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm like, you can. It's like I'm not. You can judge it, but it's like, do you need that in a? I'm just saying that. I don't know. Like, you know, that's all fine. Actually, honestly, it's all fine. I just like the simplicity of my rating system. I like just simply focusing on the quality and the. But I think it's cool. I almost put difficulty on there. I did really think about it. Like, almost, and if I were to have a third number, it would be for difficulty, because I think it's I just think it's fun to difficulty. I feel like you can rate. Like, feel like there's a wide. Although, you know, difficulty is hard to rate, and not just because it's subjective or because, you know, some one thing that is difficult to you might be. I mean, that's true, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just judge. You can just make a judgment on how difficult something is for you, right? But the part that's harder about difficulty is accounting for the different types of difficulty, and like how difficulty is mitigated by knowledge going in. Like, for example, like Castlevania 2, games that are hard, very difficult blind, but if you play with the guide, become easy. Like Castlevania 2 is, if you try to play it blind, it's very hard, but if you play with the guide, it's very easy. So then, when you ranking that, do you give it a low score for difficulty or a high score? Like, that's... I don't know, I feel like that complicates it. Like, I would almost want to give it a low score, because I would want to assume people going into games have knowledge, I guess. Because, I don't know. The Castlevania 2 remake is reasonable. They revived a decapitated pig brain 10 hours after it was removed. No consciousness known, but some synapses flared and things. I had not heard that. That's, wow. Looks like the Reanimator's gonna be... Is the Reanimator coming true? Good thing there was no consciousness shown, because it would have been a zombie pig. I didn't know that Castlevania 2 had a remake. Why would I rank difficulty if I used a guide? Well, because I think I would almost want to rate. I would almost want to rate difficulty in terms. I don't know. Like, I want to say that I would want to rate it based purely on the execution of how hard it is to beat a game, even with perfect knowledge. I mean, the problem is that everybody's going to go into games with different levels of knowledge. If you remade and released, and also, like, if you, well, I don't know. Like, if you play through a puzzle game and then you figure it out and then you know all the solutions, if you go back and play it again, then it would be easy, but that's not necessarily true of a game where the difficulty is in execution. But I don't know, like, yeah, that's what makes it weird, is like accounting for those different styles of difficulty. like execution or figuring out. Sometimes they kind of cross over too, like, you know, like even if like some games it's difficult, you know exactly what to do, but it's difficult. Some games the difficulty is in maybe you know kind of what to do, but you don't know the strategy. So that's knowledge you've got to figure out. I don't know, it's weird. It was remade and released, you think, in the Wii Shop. Castlevania 2 was? Oh, really? I mean, I knew that there was a Wii Shop Castlevania, but that was like more of just like its own thing. You could say the same about any game aspect, right? Graphics, music wouldn't be as impactful if 40 times to play it. Yeah. Well, that's true. You can say that. So, I mean, I guess that's, yeah, I don't know. But you remember the, like, TMR was having, like, a hard time with that as well. When he was rating, so, like, at one point with his NES Mania guide, he was kind of, like, he wanted to have, like, different kinds of difficulty, and then I think he settled on, I don't remember. Well, I don't have to worry about it because I'm not ranking difficulty for my games anyway. I'm not giving it a score. It's just that, you know, it is weird though, because, you know, is Castlevania 2 really that hard to complete if you think about it? Like, if your definition of hard to complete is if you sit down and play this game without a guide and you refuse to use a guide, how hard is this to complete? Then it would be super hard for sure. But, you know, in reality, most people aren't going to do that, right? Most people are going to, you know, get stuck for a while and then eventually they're going to go to a GameFAQs. So, like, in practical terms, Castlevania 2 is really not that hard to complete for anyone. Like, in just in terms of practical reality. So, like, if you're ranking in the game, I feel like if you're ranking in the game based on some pure notion of what would this be like if somebody played it this way, if they never used a guide, how difficult would it be? That wouldn't really be an accurate representation of reality, would it? You know, everybody who's going to play Castlevania 2 is just going to go to GameFAQs, and that's not difficult. So why shouldn't you account for that in your rating, right? You know what I mean? But like Battletoads, sure, you could look up strategies and stuff that would make the game easier, but it's no matter what you do, it's going to take a ton of intensive practice. So even though Battletoads, like Castlevania 2 probably would take a really, well, that reasoning makes no sense. You think? I thought it made sense to me. I'm just saying that the average person is not going to have a very hard time beating Castlevania 2 because they're going to go to GameFAQs. I mean, I guess if you, yeah. I mean, to be fair, by that reasoning, if you could then say, well, wouldn't save states also count? Most wouldn't, and then couldn't most people just beat Battletoads with save states, right? Then why not account for that as well? But I guess the difference to me is that, like, save states is mechanical cheating is different from like looking at stuff up in a gut. Like, getting knowledge is different from like using saves, mechanical help. So saying the difficulty of the game should be based on how easily accessible a walkthrough is to user. Well, I'm saying that I'm not saying it should be. I'm not saying that it. I'm not going as far as to say that it should be. Like, I'm not using that word should. I wouldn't use the word should. I'm saying that in reality, isn't it? Isn't like, if you think about it in practical terms, doesn't it make sense to think of it that way? I mean, maybe that doesn't necessarily mean that you should rate it that you should rate games according to that, because maybe having GameFAQs might not be around forever. Maybe having a pure definition of difficulty is better. I don't know. Yeah, guide won't help a ton in most beat 'em ups. Yeah, anything that's execution based, a guide is going to help less. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you were to sit a person down, and if you were to take just a person, like any person who plays video games, and say, okay, you have to beat Castlevania 2. You know, do it. You know, in practical, you know, the average person is going to do it with help from GameFAQs. Yeah, I mean, that information will probably, you know, exist for a long time. You have to sort of define guide, because even a game that's mostly skill-based can be shortcut by watching a video to give you tips. Right, no, but I'm accounting for that too, though. I mean, it can, but that's true, Skittles. But, like, I think that stuff that's execution-based, you know, it's not as easy to, like, shortcut that. I mean, you definitely can. There's lots of ways to shortcut that kind of stuff, but I think that it's just a bit hard. Like, looking up a guide, like, if the difficulty is, like, not knowing where to find an item, that can be solved very easily by a guide. But, like, if the difficulty is, like, you can't get through the turbo tunnel in Battletoads, yeah, you can look at videos and stuff, but that's not going to be a simple solution. That's still going to take practice. You're saying the difficulty rating should reflect the difficulty of executing a plan to complete a game, and not the difficulty of discovering the plan. Well, again, I'm not saying should. I'm not using the word should. I'm not saying whether it should or shouldn't. I'm just saying this is what makes it complicated in my mind, is because of this problem to me. I'm purely talking about, like, practically what does difficulty mean in like practical terms is the question I'm asking. You're not grasping? What I'm trying to say is, let me put it in terms of a question. Like, what does difficulty mean? You know? Like, what does it mean, you know? What if it just means how much effort does it take to beat something, then, like, how much effort, you know? What do you, like, what counts? Like, what do you include as part of that? Does looking at a guide count as part of the? Is that part of the process or not? Does going in with it with knowledge count as part of the process? There's lots of ways to acquire knowledge. Because if you know, like in I mean, I guess then it would just go to, like, what counts as cheating or not. Like, how difficult... There's different ways to ask, like, you know, what difficulty means. You know, like, does difficulty mean is it defined as playing a game with no... Is it specifically? Do you have to attach that meaning to it? This must be played with no prior knowledge. You know, to take that's a hypothetical situation, right? Right. Oh yeah, exactly, Colic. Right. though that if you're talking about rating a game based on how difficult it would be to play blind, then that would complicate things. There's games like Ranger X where people don't discover the subtle mechanics. Right, exactly. There's stuff like that. But Ranger X, you don't necessarily need to discover those subtle mechanics. Like, it can make it easier. But it's not necessarily completely necessary to discover those. It is hard to rate, because some people might discover them and some people might not. But again, like, maybe if I say it like this, like, the idea of somebody sitting down and playing a game blind, like totally blind and getting no outside help, right? That idea, isn't that idea just completely hypothetical? Doesn't that exist more in theory than in reality? So if you're rating a game based on that, you're rating a game based on a situation that just doesn't occur like in real life, right? Like, that's a completely hypothetical situation that's more... It's more of like a textbook situation than real life, right? We're talking about personal rankings, not creating a system. Right. Yeah, we're not talking about creating a system that's the same for anyone. I'm not even really talking about creating a system. I'm just kind of asking questions about, like, the rules. I guess my point is that, like, sitting down to play a game completely blind with no outside knowledge, first, that requires a lot of things. It requires that you've never seen the game before, ever. So, like, sometimes when you sit down to play a game, if it's a game that's, like, more obscure and you've never heard of it, there may be lots of situations where you sit down to play a game completely blind and you have no knowledge whatsoever, and you get no knowledge for your entire playthrough. That can happen, but also a lot of times you're gonna have seen a game, especially a game that's more well known. You're gonna have knowledge going in, so you're not gonna be completely blind. So how can you really rate a game? So what I'm saying is, and then in this day and age, most people just don't play games that way either. What I'm saying is, like, the whole idea of somebody sitting down to play a game completely blind is like it's a thing that just doesn't happen very often. That people just don't tend to play games that way. Yeah, and especially if you're, like, playing on Twitch, you're gonna, even if you try to stay super blind, you're gonna end up getting help in one way or the other, even subtle hints. Right. Or you're gonna eventually break down. Like, if you don't know what to do after, like, playing for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, you're either gonna give up, or you're gonna, like, more likely ask your chat for help. Or if you're not streaming, even if you're not streaming, you're still gonna eventually, you're gonna, like, cave in and look at a guide, right? So I guess that's why, I don't know. See, I'm trying to explain why. I'm not saying that this is the way you should do it, but if it makes sense, what I'm trying to say is, I think this is why I tend to lean towards removing knowledge from the whole idea of difficulty and just ranking totally in terms of execution. So, like, would you rate Castlevania 2 as, like, it's either a super hard game if you play it, if you refuse to look at any hints whatsoever, and you force yourself to play it until you beat it. Very few people are going to do that. But if you did, hypothetically, it would be an incredibly hard game. But in reality, most people are going to eventually cave in and get a hint. And because of that, in reality, it's basically, for most people, it'll be an easy game to beat. So, to me, Castlevania 2 is, I tend to look at it as an easy game and not as a hard game. Because I'm just thinking, I try to think more in terms of, like, real world, how hard, if you just sit down to play a game, how long is it going to take? How much effort is it going to take? How long is it going to take? Like, really, if you look at the games we played in Fliptendo, some games have been harder than others. There are some games that just take a lot of effort. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I tend to think of it that way. definitely not saying that there's a right way to think about difficulty, but that's why I think about it that way, I think. But I don't think that's a perfect way to think about it either. I definitely don't think it is a bit weird to think about it that way. You almost have to, if you're rating the difficulty, you almost have to like have a detailed explanation of what that even means to you before you even start. Like, and you don't have to do that with music. Like, you don't have to do that with the soundtrack. If you're just rating a game's soundtrack, people know, at the very least, they may not know your tastes or whatever, but they know what it means to say whether music is good or bad. This song, oh, you don't like this one? Well, I love this song, but it's almost over anyway. I don't know if it's not super appropriate to our discussion. A blog. Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I kind of want to, like, I sort of have done reviews of all the games I've played. Like, if you look at the links for the Twitch videos, the description in the video, I do have, like, I try to put, like, a little short summary of my thoughts of the game. It's basically a review. But they're not super easily accessible from the guide. I would kind of like to, and I don't know, I might want to write some expanded reviews in some of the games. I was thinking about doing that, but I'm not quite sure how to do it. Like, probably the easiest way would be to have simply links to the review, like next to the video links for each game. But then I'd have to I'd have to figure out a place for them to link to it. Probably have to make like a website, which would be more work. Now, see, this music is great for this discussion and for anything, because this soundtrack is amazing. Oh, by the way, I finished my page, so that's good. Skittles, do you understand where I'm coming from now? Did I make a little bit of sense? If I made 20% sense, then I'll settle for that. But I mean, I do think it's interesting to think about like ranking difficulties of games. Like it's interesting to think about like what you find hard, and then to rank that, and then to contrast that with what other people find hard. Like I think that's interesting, because like we can say, oh man, that game was really hard. Like, do you think that was hard? Do you think that was harder than? Do you think Battletoads was harder than Ghosts and Goblins? Yeah, I do. Well, I don't. I think it's interesting to hear that conversation. No, yeah. Well, there's no right answer to like what game has the best music either, or to what game. I mean, there's no right answer to like any rating system. But what's important is just like having a reason behind it that you can explain. Really, the only thing that's important is just like being able to explain your reasoning for something in a way that makes sense. Like if you can assign a number to something, and you can explain why you've given it that number, then that's all you need to do. Like that's the basis of the entire purpose of like why you rate things. If you can't really explain why you would rate something a certain way, then it almost feels like you're kind of missing the point, you know? It's like, and that's why with like video game reviews, you know, I think that some people think that they shouldn't have ratings, but I think that having a number is good. I think that like representing your feelings in a number is perfectly good, but the important thing is that you can explain that number in the text of the review. Explain, you know, if it works together, if there's a synchronicity there, then that's great. And just simply not having numbers doesn't really, I think is not necessarily better. Rate the difficulty of this conversation 8.6. Good rating. Good rating, Skittles. It feels appropriate. Oh, Skittles. Alright, so I finished a page. I got a page done for Wednesday. That's a funny expression I threw on there. That one I mean. Alright, so I'm done with that. So we got 2 sketches done, and we got 1 page done. Thank you. I try. Just like tears in this panel. Did I miss anything else? Man, I love this song. This song is so good. Danganronpa music is so good. Alright. Yeah, I think it's all good. Do you experiment with panel layouts, or do you stick with a specific setup? I do experiment with panel layouts once in a while. Not too much. A lot of the times I kind of... Well, and also, I would have to say that it depends on the nature of the page. If it's just like a conversation like this, if just like a bunch of characters are just talking about something and nothing like actiony or exciting is going on, it makes more sense to stick with a conventional layout, something that's not that just is workman-like, you know. But if you're doing something more actiony, you might want to use more angular panels, or I do personally, like angular, like more diagonals. Sometimes even if it's not necessarily like action going on, but if there's just something like dramatic or weird, or there's like a twist, or something unexpected, or especially there's something that like where you would want to create tension in the reader, then using more angled panels I think is better. It can be good. Sometimes, I do establishing shots, and sometimes little manga like mainstay tricks, like having the characters pop out of the panels is good for establishing shots, or there's all sorts of things you can do. I probably could experiment a bit more, with making conversations read as more exciting. Maybe I tend to be a bit too conventional with those. But, once in a while, I experiment a little bit. I'll use like circular panels or... Yeah, but I guess just once in a while. Yeah, depending on the nature of the page, if it feels like a good time to do it. Or if I have an idea for it. A lot of the times I'm just doing stuff I've seen in manga, though. Nothing too crazy or experimental. I probably don't... I probably wouldn't want to get too crazy experimental, because you don't want to break the flow of your story, and you don't want to, like, confuse the reader. Unless I had a good reason to do so. So I'm surprised you can't put everyone's reaction in a wedge-shaped panel. Yeah, well, that's more of an anime thing, actually. You don't really see that too much in manga. Maybe a little bit in, like, Dragon Ball or something. But, you do see reaction... Like, I do reaction shots, and you see them, and usually I just do them in small... Like, in just small, equally shaped panels. But you don't want to overdo those, that's true. I'm sure it's easy to say you want to do something crazy, but it's difficult to actually get it to work. Right. And it may not always be a good time to do something crazy either. Yeah, like, as far as, like, reaction shots, like, as far as reaction shots goes, manga tends to be more cinematic, so you're trying to do them in, like, you're trying to capture the feeling of, like, film or cinema, so... you're just trying to capture the effect of, like, camera different shots. Movies do reaction shots too. It's not just an anime thing. Like, reaction shots are are a thing in movies as well. Like, it happens all the time. Trying to capture this sort of, like, a sense of cinematography, but it's too late for, like, this sort of in-depth discussion. Anyway, this is good music for discussing something weird. This song is really grown. This is like, I love this song now. It's really grown. It's great for, like, certain types of moods. Man, I love Song Quest. I love playing I just love playing different kinds of weird music. We probably should just wrap up for today because it's midnight and streaming 4 hours now. It's a pretty good amount of time for that kind of music. Yeah. That's a good length of time for an art stream. And we did get some stuff done. Once again, for the final time, let's show off the sketch requests we've done. Pretty weird, but glad that Tam liked it. And then the Mario and Luigi Burn in May. That was a pretty cute idea. I'm glad I decided to... I wasn't sure whether to do them like in realistic proportions or like more super deformed, but... So I sort of went half super deformed, but I feel like it was a good choice. I tried to sort of mimic a little bit the proportions of Mario and Luigi because I feel like that worked pretty well. Alright, well, let's see if there's anybody still streaming that we can host. It's not too late. Unfortunately, our standby dude, Late Night Retro, was already streaming like all day, so he's probably done. Oh man, I don't know, but I don't know anybody who's still streaming right now. Let me look in my recommended channels list. Is there anyone that I recognize their name? I don't know, man. Oh, I don't really have a good target for a host, so I guess I'll just say goodbye. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna probably be back tomorrow, I think, and we're gonna go ahead and do some requests. So we either do Mr. Leo's or Tam's, or whoever shows up first, basically. So far, I've only heard requests from Mr. Leo or Tam. Nobody's requests are locked in yet, but whoever gets here first will just do their request. It'll probably be Mr. Leo, because, you know, he is that way. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Good night. He is that way. That's right.